play like that. I don't play with butches. I can be friends with anybody. But once you try to force yourself onto me, then I'm going to have to put your ass in the dirt. You're violating. You're violating. Y'all want to talk about men? You got butches out here that are violating.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to make you gay. No, you're not. I didn't even know what a woman on woman shit was. And my first roommate, big old 7-foot woman, white woman from West Virginia.
Oh, you had one of them damn women from the Appalachians. Yeah.
And then she tried to tell me what to do in our sharing space, when to clean up the room. You don't tell me what, and she kind of put some deep voice. Again, I had to go, y'all know Queen. Had to lose my mind. You don't tell me what to do because she thought she was a man, and I don't know. No, get your ass. I'm a woman. You're a woman, and that's what I have to remind people sometimes. I don't know. You don't tell me when to clean my space up. This is my space over here, and I know how to clean, when to clean. My mama taught me that. Butch, you're over here because you're mad. Don't play with me. I had to learn to fight. This woman was a big old butch, and we shared a room in showers. I ain't in no prison. I'm in the military. I got to go to sleep at night with this woman in my room. I got to put the fear of God in this big old woman, butch, who tried to intimidate me. When I got through with the big white butch, I lit the bitch out. She ain't say another motherfucking word to me. Hey, Rashida, can you?
7 foot. God.
Yeah, she was and like I said, I didn't know what woman on woman was. I was from a small town. I'm 17 years old. And I'm a little spooky because she had one of them white men haircuts, the short that looked like a man.
Yeah, the
because Armando, when we was in, everything was shaved. But they're open overseas about their sexuality. Even though Armando, when we were in, that was you could get put out for that.
Yeah.
Then we had the don't ask, don't tell. Because it was always there. I didn't even understand what that debate and was about. Because that's when I first saw it. And a lot of them went into the military and, go overseas to be free. But,
overseas, over in Europe and all that, they liberal with
So yes, everybody want to think it was men that attempted to violate me. Okay, it was women and men. I in the military, you don't get a choice who your roommate is. Am I right?
Nope, you don't. You don't get a choice.
I've never seen a butch before, and she was much taller, stronger, and I thought I knew I wasn't supposed to have no room with a man. She wrapped up her breasts, everything. I didn't, and I didn't know what was going on. Like I said, I come from a very, very small town. Why would they put me in a room with a predator? Because, yes, I thought she tried to intimidate me. I don't know if she was trying to, like I said, she tried to tell me when to clean up. Who the fuck are you? Now, when another woman had done this to another woman, no, she thought she was going to intimidate me. And then she was trying to groom me. Why we talking about grooming?
Hey, Queen, when I met you, a lot of people was victim shaming you, trying to say that you was lying about being violated in them, over time. And why would you do that? And
Nobody
it was women doing
my story.
It was women doing it. How about if that was your daughter, or how about if it was you? See, people gotta get back to humility and humanity. You gotta think if it's you or your kids or somebody close to you. You wouldn't want nobody to gaslight them. and tell them, oh, no, you lying. That ain't happening.
Mm-hmm. And in the military, because here I am, I'm 17. I'm around all these old men, all these old butches. And so the violations are extreme. Like I said, I don't know. I've never known no woman on woman shit. And, I understood the older man, woman because of the daddy and uncle's situations.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody wants to let me tell my story.
Mm.
And because of the butch effect and the old man effect in the military, it's extreme. And it's extreme grooming. Extreme. And whether they're successful or not, it's extreme. They keep saying no. This woman is my roommate. I don't know if this woman gonna take advantage of me in the midnight hour. Can't get no sleep. So that is PTSD. It's called chronic sexual harassment. Chronic. From both butches and men. Grown men and grown butches. I'm 17 years old. Let me tell my story. Let me tell my story. Talking about some motherfucking blocked. Imaginary blocked at that. And while I'm trying to tell my story, my motherfucking address is been dropped in the motherfucking chat. Let me tell my story. Let me tell my story. You triggered me with all this bullshit. Let me tell my story. Let me tell my story. Skinny put my address in his chat. And some of them same moderators that allowed my address in Kwame's chat the other day was there. They were there. They were there. Let me tell my story. Let me tell my story. Don't approach me by some bullshit, by imaginary blocked. And you got me in a triggered state with this bullshit. I am a survivor of both sexes. Young girl in the military. And young girls in the military still going through it today. Let me tell my story. Let me tell my story. I don't want to hear about no motherfucking person, imaginary avatar. I don't give a damn how much she donate. Blocked. That was a play. It was an insensitive play, immature play. Let me tell my story. Let me tell my story. That's all I tried to do in this discussion. And they talking about Queen did this, Queen did this. Let me tell my story. Let me tell my story. You dropped my address in the man's chat like you did Skinny's chat. Did you tell that? Why you making up all this other irrelevant bullshit about Queen? Let me tell my story. Let me tell my story. Being violated underage. You let the cat out the motherfucking bag and can't put it back in. You unsuppressed my memory. And now don't want to let me tell my story. Let me tell my story. There's other women out here that's been in the military with this story. With this story. And so the big butch groomed and took advantage of. Let me tell my story. Let me tell my story. That's all I've ever asked. And they want to talk about blocked. They want to talk about blocked. Why my motherfucking address is suspended in a chat with over 1,000 folks watching. Let me tell my story. And I thank you, Armando. I thank you for letting me tell my story. I'm not getting up no all the smoke while I'm in a triggered state from the bullshit of this issue. This issue. Let me tell my story. I want to hear nothing about block in a triggered state. That's an old trick play bullshit. They was never interested in the issue of underage sex. If they was, let me tell my story of being a survivor of underage sex, being violated, being groomed. Let me tell my story. Let me tell my story. And I got to go, Armando. Thank you.
I understand, but I just want to let you know, baby, anytime you want to come over here and have a conversation and tell your story, you're more than welcome to.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
I got to switch in my whole mood because of my bullshit. But back and I got to get all of this out.
Okay, baby. Well, teachable moment, powerful moment. We come on this app. We come on this app, and we laugh, we joke, we roast, and we do our thing. But at the end of the day, you got to remember that, behind these avatars, microphones, and speakers or whatever, StreamYards or whatever, we're real people. We're human beings, and all of us have a story. All of us have been through something. You never know what a person has been through. You never know. That's why I tell everyone, this is, at the end of the day, this is YouTube. This is YouTube. And, we come on here to do our content. We come on here to entertain. And it's some people just take the YouTube thing too serious. They take it to another level, and they'll go through extreme measures to try to tear down and hurt another person. And you never know what that person has already been through or what that person has already gone through. I can relate. I can understand. The things that I was going through last year. And not only did I have to deal with clowns coming at me, dropping my address in chats, dropping my family's information in chats, but you also got to remember, I lost my stepmother. I lost my stepmother last year, the woman that raised me during the time that all of this stuff was going on last year. So I was dealing with a lot. So I understand and I can relate. And, sometimes it just gets overwhelming or whatever, and that's why I'm going to have a lot of these open mics, and I'm going to do these open mics more often because I want to hear from the people. I want to hear from all of you, people in the chat, other content creators come up, voice their opinions, have a conversation or whatever. And one thing about me, even if it's people that I've had people to hit my link that I've had differences with, and we had a grown folks conversation. We had an adult conversation. Bullet Jaw hit the link the other day. We had a conversation. It wasn't no shouting. Wasn't no. We were adults about it. And so anyone that want to hit the link have a conversation, they want to have a discussion or whatever, we can continue this discussion. Come on up and hit the link. So, but like I said, you never know what a person is going through. You never know what a person is going through. So, you never know what a person is going through in their real life. So you got some people that just go the extra mile to try to tear another person down. And all of that, dropping addresses in the chats and stuff like that. One thing about me, as much information that I've acquired on a lot of people in this sector and on this app, I've not one time ever dropped anybody's address in my chat. I've never done nothing like that, nor have I ever coerced or had any of my people to come in and drop addresses in the chat. It's just something I don't do. That's just I don't get down like that. And but there are other content creators that will allow that shit. There's a lot of other content creators. One in particular that I was defending, one in particular that I was rocking with, I was taking bullets for. Truthless. She allows people to drop my information in her chat, and she not only does not look